Peace, love, unity to the community. Today's video is going to be about how I overcome hyper-individuality. Now, I'm going to start off by saying I have not fully overcame it, but it's something that I've learned to aggressively overcome in recent times within this year. And I'm just going to share with you how things pretty much came about. A part of it was a matter of also just me opening my heart up to just receiving. I'm going to go into depth as to how it stemmed from. Now, I do recall a while ago, a little over a year, I came across this video on the web. Someone speaking on, you know, that type of individual that is just always complaining. Like, hey, man, no one ever does anything for me. No one shows up for me. I'm always showing up for everybody, but nobody can reciprocate this and that. Right? But then that same individual might have the opportunity to receive, right? However way that may be, could be from another individual. And what that individual does is they'll turn it down. They'll turn down an opportunity of receiving. So basically, it's like a cycle. It's like a cycle of give and receiving. It's like a cycle. It's like a scale. And you can't just have one side outweighing the other. So it's like as you're giving and you're pouring into the world, however that may be, you're pouring to the land, you're pouring to humanity, you're giving to humanity, right? But then when it's the time for the energy to come back and boomerang, you turn it down, you deny it, right? People come to you and offer you things. You're like, oh, no thanks, I'm good. I don't need that. I don't need help. I don't need this. I don't want it. No, thank you. Bye. That's pretty much the energy you give off when it's time for you to receive. Like, that's really your gifts and you're shutting it down. A lot of people tend to do this. Now, to an extent, I've done this, yes. I've definitely done this before. It's just certain moments. There are moments that actually do make your life easier. It's like, why would you turn that down? Why would you turn down the opportunity to make your life much more easier and simpler? You know what I mean? That's how I perceive it as. Like, just something so simple. Like, one time I was sweeping and I got offered, well, I had the little broom, but I got offered the more durable, bigger broom. My initial thought probably would have been like, nah, I'm good. I'm just use this. But then it's just like, why? When you know the bigger broom is gonna, and this is literally and figuratively, by the way. But look, you know the bigger broom is gonna clear out more space. You know it's gonna be more durable and clear more depth of the radius. So it's like, why say no? That's pretty much like what's going on. Like, we're turning down things that are meant for us, that are meant to help us. And a part of it be pride. You know, to an extent of it can be. But I realize where my hyper-individualism stemmed from. It's very spiritual. It's spiritual, a part mental, and astrological. I could tie it down to numerology. Being a double one, and one energy is individualistic, a loner. So I got that twice in my numerology. The one being there twice is pretty much amplified. It amplifies the meaning or the depthness of that number. It's like, it's double. Top of that, okay, I am the 11th out of 12 star sign. So if you look into those traits as well, that's also gonna come with independent traits, right? So it's spiritual, it's mental. Some people are just wired this way, and that's cool. It just goes to show it's just something to overcome and balance. It's just a matter of balance, scaling that polarity of independence, right? So the opposite of independence would be companionship or even passiveness within a group. That's when you got the number 2. So really just tapping into that extension, the extension of receiving. It started off when I saw that video, and she was pretty much breaking it down, like how we just tend to turn down support. We turn down many forms of receiving just to put it all on yourself, basically. And it's so easy to do that because, in my speaking from experience, to me, it's like I feel like I can do it more efficiently as far as perhaps labor-wise or time-wise or energy-wise. Like, I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna just take care of it. or maybe you just don't want to bother people. You know, I've definitely felt like, oh my God, I think that's really what it was. That's definitely a part of what it was. Just feeling like a bother and a burden. So this is future me editing, and the last point that I made about feeling like a burden, right? Where does that stem from, right? Feeling like a burden is like, imagine having someone, any type of person, any relationship dynamic where you felt like, man, this person, you expect them to deliver, you expect them to come through for you, and it just doesn't happen on a consistent basis. You've experienced people just not able to come through for you. They might come through for everybody else but you. So it gets to a point where it's just like, all right, I'm gonna just have to handle it myself. They're not gonna be dependable. They're not gonna be reliable. So you pretty much just lean on to yourself. And this is the case for people that you would think should come through for you. Friendships, family, etc. But that just wasn't the case. And this is what also stems and formulates hyper-individualism as well. You probably didn't have that. You wasn't brought up with dependable, reliable people. You didn't really get to have that luxury of people around you. So you have to show up for yourself. And you kept on doing it, because you just decided that nobody's just going to be there. But honestly, at this point, you just got to find your own people. You just got to find the people that do show up for you. You show up for them, they show up for you. That's all it is. You know, you can't just leave the scale in balance. You can't leave it in balance. You have to fill that gap, fill that void. It can't just be one way forever. Like, yes, you're used to this way now, you're used to it, but it's not really how it's supposed to be. It's just the circumstance of what it is. So that's what I want to add on. I didn't mention this throughout the video, but this is another factor to it. It's a bunch of rubber bands that formulate into one ball. So it's not just really one thing. Is a lot of it can correlate to your upbringing. It usually does. But yes, that's what I wanted to add. So leave a thumbs up, please. Look, I've been recorded this. I'm now recently editing this to put this up. Because I really ain't have no storage on my device, so I just cleaned it up, and I got more videos on the way, so stay tuned for that. Like and subscribe. Almost at 1,000 subs. Come on, finish the video. Let me know before you get. Let me know what you think. So far, crazy. Go stupid. I don't really like feeling that way, but the thing is, when you have people, you might have people in your life that actually care about you genuinely, whereas that perception isn't even valid. Like, you shouldn't really feel like a burden to ones that are close and dear and significant to you. That wouldn't even really be, that shouldn't really be on your mind, nor really their minds. Like, if this is somebody you're close with, just in general, generally speaking, it can be anybody. But I'm just saying, that's not really a healthy perception to carry on. And once I shared that with one of my coaches, and he's just like, He didn't say it like that, but basically he's like, that's a horrible way to think and perceive things, like especially when you like actually have people around you that actually gives a fuck about you, that actually cares about you, you know. That's kind of like assumption. It's kind of a form of assumption, labeling yourself as a burden. Definitely one thing that I had to overcome. Once you really put that into words and put that into perception, it's more broader. Like, okay, I see how that may not be all that healthy. So continuing on from my last video, which actually cut off early, sooner than it should have. I actually do have a part 2 to it. It cut off because my storage went out, but I actually do have the part 2. I just didn't upload it. But a part of my realization, it stemmed from the trip that I was explaining about in the previous video, as far as just extending myself, extending my mind, my body, and everything to just gain higher insight, greater insight about myself and just overall perception. One thing that I came to terms with, just more so a matter of these ideologies, these engraved perceptions, like what I was just mentioning earlier, you know, just labeling yourself, just self-proclaiming yourself as a burden, as an excuse to just want to do everything yourself on your own. And it's not a bad thing to want to do things on your own and be independent. Like I said, it's just a matter of the balance and just scaling it out to an extent. It's okay to extend yourself just as a being, extending yourself to community, extending yourself to support, making life and this experience, just making it easier, just putting less of physical strain, mental strain and wear on yourself when you don't have to, especially when the opportunity presents itself. That's the issue. When the opportunity presents itself and you turn it down, you don't have to do that. And also realizing when the opportunity presents itself, knowing, is this for me? And you should know that based off the amount that you give, the amount that you put out, and then it comes back to you. That form of energy is going to come back to you. That's how you know it's for you. You know what you did. You know how you move. And it just came back to you. That actually happens if you pay attention. Nothing is random. You get what you give every time. I actually had somebody tell me, okay, so during my trip, right, I met this woman on the beach. She would offer me things. I wasn't really sure why, to an extent. But I remember, like, I remember a lot of my first instinct was, nah. I'm just like, nah, you can't be doing this. Like, how could they do this for me? You know what I mean? It's just like, how? Why? And it's like, you just don't want to accept it. Like, no. She was low-key. She was putting a mirror to me. Like, yo, your heart is just way too close. Whoa, it's super cold. And I'm just thinking, I'm just like, what is she talking about? I'm just being old me. She's like, your heart is so close. Like, you can't accept nothing. And I'm just like, I don't gonna lie, it was kind of aggravating me a little bit. I'm like, that can't be true. Cause I'm here. Like, I don't gotta be here. Like, I just couldn't believe it, but I had to let it sit. Like, damn, it's something so simple that doesn't really take much energy and effort, and I'm just here finna turn it down. Why? Like, I've come this far. It's so deep. After that, okay, them two combination, first I got to hear it, but then I got to actually experience. I got a mirror pointed at me. Oh my God, my coach, the video, my coach, And then the actual, like, being in the experience of it, like, I get to actually see myself. It's just like, wow. So I'm like, okay, this is how, this is where I'm stubborn at. This is where I'm hard-headed at. I want to do everything my damn self. The thing is, I can't. It's only so, then I realized, like, it's only so much one individual can do. Then I started really extending myself to community, to my friends, to the environment. I just started connecting with people, like, more often. I'm just like, this is different. I can't lie, it was uncomfortable. It kind of still is uncomfortable, because I'm just very, man, they got a word for this and I just discovered it, but I lost that word. Not observant, but yes, observant, but that's not the word that I'm looking for. It's another word for it, but like, I'm just very, with people, like, that's why I be doing shit myself. It's tough, but like, okay, it's teaching you discernment, judgment, proper judgment, connection with other humans, how to navigate, how to harmonize with people in groups. I find that we go so much farther together than alone. I immediately grasped that we go so much farther together. There really is only so much that one individual can do. Seriously. And you just gotta see it. You just gotta throw yourself out there, honestly. Oh. You just gotta really just throw yourself out there, honestly. It's extremely uncomfortable. I need to emphasize on that. It's super uncomfortable for me. But I kind of like it to an extent. It's cool to like, you feel me? I'm still uncomfortable. You feel me? I still gotta get used to it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not fully there yet. But I feel like it's what I'm supposed to do. So it is what I'm supposed to be doing. Because that one, the double one, it adds up to a 2. And the 2 is companion, compassionate, partnership, relationships. So yes, I'm actually supposed to be doing this. Like, the most uncomfortable thing that you do in your lifetime, in your life path, that's what you're supposed to be doing. The most uncomfortable thing. Not really supposed to be doing the easiest thing. You're not really supposed to be taking the easiest route within this life, within your life path. It's definitely not supposed to be easy. And I picked up on that not too long after. The main thing about just overcoming it, just doing it, really. Can't really give a specific I can't really give an answer to it. Like, you just gotta do it. You just gotta be in the fire. Really. There isn't really an answer to it. You just go through it. It sounds so simple. Like, when I just put it into words, like, oh, all you're doing is just connecting with people, just meeting people, extending yourself, and accepting more. Yes, accepting more. Accepting, being open to receiving just as much as you give. Like, me, like, I'm one, I naturally give, even if it's not really intentional. Like, even if I don't intend on giving, like, that's just how I am, who I am as a being. But my weakness was receiving. But the thing is, as far as the whole conception of giving and receiving, they're really supposed to be harmonious and simultaneous as far as flowing, as far as the flow. Like, you can't have or do one without the other. One is here, then the next happens. The next occurs. Yes, they're harmonious. You can't have one without the other. Otherwise, I feel like you're just really canceling the energy out. It's just gonna cancel out. That's what you're doing, is canceling it out. You're saying, no, I don't want it. The thing is, you don't, okay, here's the pride and ego. It doesn't matter where or who it comes from. I think what helped me was when I detached, like I'm not even looking at, I'm not really perceiving where it's coming from. Literally, I just perceive it for the energy that it is. Okay, I put this out, I get this back. Input, output. You could look at it beyond humans and people and the physicality and the material of it. But yeah, I just realized, yeah, I definitely do that too. It's not even really about, it don't even be about where it came from, where it's stemming from. Well, it started from you, really. And all this happening is just the 360 degree. It's just boomerang back to you. That's my insight. I ain't even gonna chop this up. Gonna do it raw, just like that. Ooh, just like that. I don't even know if I did an intro. I feel like I just went straight in. But look, this has been Aquarian Dream. I go by Afuro Jungle. And if you enjoyed this video, I actually really like this topic. I really been wanting to speak to you for a while. I just had so many ideas on my mind, and I'm just like, man, what to speak on? But I feel like this has been really something great. The thing is, it's been periods. It took me periods to get to this point. This is definitely not something that I had to come to realization or master or practice or work on in a short span of time. Like, no. This is deeper than my body. I was just wired. Some people are just wired differently. We're all wired differently, really. Like, the main thing is just acknowledging it, realization that you can do and be greater. Formulate that proper balance and harmony. Yeah, I can literally just go off at this point. I'm 30 minutes in. I'm gonna let you guys go. Hey, let me know what you think in the comments below. I see you guys' comments. I will be getting back to y'all. But I thank you for watching. I thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up. Let me know what you think. I'm Aquarian Dream, Afuro Jungle, Kiki. And I hope to see you in the next video. And I thank you all. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. Peace and love.